Installation is a very important activity which will ensure long life of the tractor and highest efficiency. Installation is carried out by a qualified and trained installer at the customer's place within 5 to 15 days from the date of purchase of the tractor by the customer. The process of installation explains about proper usage, maintenance, and precautions to be taken at the time of use of tractor, both on the field as well as on the road. User must know about the precautions to be taken while driving the tractor and should have complete knowledge of tractor maintenance and warranty. Installation will ensure that there are fewer breakdowns and no loss of working hours. Mr. Sam is a qualified installer. He will demonstrate the ideal way of carrying out installation at customer's place. Mr. Sam is going to meet Mr. Bob, who has recently purchased our tractor. This is the operator's manual. It gives details of the proper usage and maintenance of our tractor. This manual must be read thoroughly before using the tractor. This is the farmer's kit. These are the filters provided in the farmer's kit to be used for replacement during first few services. This is the toolkit containing some common tools required for maintenance of tractor. Now, let us see some important identification marks on the tractor. This is the chassis number. This is the engine serial number. And this is the number plate which gives some important specifications of the tractor. These numbers must be mentioned in all communications with the dealer or company. Safety precautions. Now let us first understand about the safety precautions before driving the tractor. Always climb the tractor from left side. Always use parking brake for parking the tractor. Do not engage the gears for parking. This will avoid accidental starting of the tractor. Always use plow lamp while driving the tractor on the road at night so that the implement is visible. Always use this transport lock while driving on the road with implement in lifted condition. Hand accelerator should only be used in the field operations and only foot accelerator should be used while driving on the road. Ensure that brake pedals are interlocked while driving on the road. Never open the radiator cap when engine is hot. Starting and stopping. Now let us understand the right way of starting the tractor. Ensure that the pull to stop lever is in fully pressed position. Ensure that both the gear levers are in the neutral position. Ensure the PTO lever in neutral position. Ensure that both the hydraulic levers are in down position. Press the clutch pedal before turning the ignition key. Release the key immediately after the engine is started. Otherwise, the starter motor and battery gets damaged or burned. Allow the tractor to run in idle position for at least 1 minute. Now let us understand the stopping procedure of the tractor. Ensure that all the control levers are in the neutral position. Now pull the pull to stop lever and hold until the engine is stopped and then release the lever. Use of clutch and brake. Now let us understand the use of the clutch and brake. Never drive the tractor with your foot on the clutch or brake pedal. Use only when necessary. Driving tractor with clutch or brake pedal in pressed condition will lead to faster wear or burning of the clutch plate or brake liners. Ensure a free play of 25 to 35 mm for clutch pedal. Ensure A free play of 55 to 65 mm for brake pedal. If this free play is found to be less, please get the same adjusted immediately at our authorized service center. Separate brake pedals are provided for left and right side wheels. These should be operated individually for short turning during field operations only. These brake pedals should be interlocked while driving on the road. Tire pressure. Maintaining correct tire pressure in tires is very essential. This will ensure proper traction and longer life of tires. When you need more traction, ballasting of rear wheels is done by adding cast iron wheel weights or liquid inside the tubes. Refer the operator manual for more details on ballasting of tires. Hydraulics. Now let us understand the operation of hydraulic system of our tractor. This is the position control lever. Position control lever is used for lifting and lowering the implements in holding it in any desired position wherever required. This is the draft control lever. Draft control lever is used for getting the desired depth of implement in field operations. Lifting the draft control lever will lift the implement to its fully lifted position. This is hydraulic lift rocker where we attach the top link of the implement. It has 3 positions which should be selected depending upon the soil conditions. Upper hole is for the soft soil. Middle hole is for the medium soil. Lower hole is for the hard soil. Attachment and detachment of implements. Now let us see the process of attaching the implement. This is the top link. These are the 2 lower links. These are the lift arms. And these are the lift rods. The right side lift rod is used for adjusting the length while attaching the implement. First, keep the implement on a leveled ground. Drive the tractor in the low reverse gear and aligned with the implement in such a way that the hole of left lower link is in line with the implement hole. Now, attach the left-hand side lower link to the implement and secure it with the pin. Adjust the length of the right-hand side leveling rod to align the end of lower link with that of the implement hole. Now attach the right-hand side lower link to the implement and secure it with the pin. Attach the top link in proper hole of the rocker according to the soil conditions. Then adjust the top link to ensure that the implement is properly leveled on the ground. Now, lift the implement and check the side float. Adjust the side float with the help of the check chains or side rods and ensure that the side float is within 2 inches. To detach the implement, reverse the sequence of attaching the implement. Now, let us understand the process of draft settings. Step 1. Start with the implement in down position, both the hydraulic levers in down position and engine in running conditions. Step 2. Start moving the tractor in forward direction in L2 or L3 gear. The implement will start penetrating. Allow it to penetrate till you get the desired depth or the wheel starts slipping. Step 3. Now stop the tractor by putting gears in neutral position. Step 4. Slowly start lifting the draft sensor lever till you get a jerk at the implement. Lock the draft lever at this position using the knob. Now you can lift or lower the implement by using the position control lever only. Do not disturb the draft control lever setting for the whole operation. Selection of gears. This is range selector gear lever for selecting high-low range of gears. This is the speed selector lever for selecting correct speed of gears within the range. Selection of proper gear is very important for efficient performance of the tractor in field operations. Select the gear so that the RPM drop is not less than 50 RPM and not more than 200 RPM. If the RPM drop is less than 50 RPM, you can drive in higher gear. And if RPM drop is more than 200 RPM, you will have to drive in lower gear. Setting the track widths. Sometimes you need to adjust the track widths depending upon the cropping pattern. You can get the desired track width by changing the position of the wheel disc or wheel rims on wheel boards. For details, please refer to the operator's manual. Lubrication points. This is the place from where the engine oil is filled. And this is the plug to drain the engine oil. The engine oil is changed at the first 50 hours service and then after every 250 hours of operation. For changing the engine oil, ensure that the tractor is standing on the ground level. Start the engine and allow it to run for a few minutes. Stop the engine and wait for a while to allow all the oil to drain into the engine oil sump. Oil level should be checked by using the dipstick. Oil level should always remain between upper and lower mark of the dipstick. Top up engine oil if necessary. Oil level should be checked daily. This is the place to fill the transmission and hydraulic oil. In our tractor, the transmission and hydraulic oil is common. The transmission and hydraulic oil is checked by using the dipstick. This is the plug to drain the transmission and hydraulic oil. Greasing points. There are certain points where greasing must be done. Let me show you those points. There are a total of 28 greasing points which must be greased at every service for the smooth working of these parts. Air cleaner. Dry air cleaner. This is the primary element. This is the secondary element. Clean the primary element at every service and replace it after every 750 hours. The secondary element should be replaced after every 3 replacements of primary element. The air cleaner should be checked daily and cleaned more often when operating in dusty conditions. This is air cleaner choke sensor. When choked, you can hear the beep sound and also indication on the dashboard. Air cleaner should be cleaned immediately if choking indication is shown. Engine oil filter. This is engine oil filter. Oil filter should be changed at first 50 hours service and then after every 250 hours of operation. Please refer operator manual for oil grade and quantity. Always use ITL genuine filters only. Fuel filters. Pre-filter. This is pre-filter or feed pump filter. This should be removed and cleaned at every service. These are the two main fuel filters. This is the primary filter and it must be replaced after every 250 hours of operation. This is the secondary filter and it must be replaced after every 500 hours. Always use ITL genuine filters only. Water separator. This is water separator. Water should be drained whenever the floating ring reaches the red mark. Fuel cock. This is the fuel cock. If flow of diesel is found restricted on cleaning of pre-filter element, then get the fuel tap strainer cleaned at authorized dealer or service center. Proper handling and storage of fuel. Diesel tank should always be topped up in the evening after tractor operation is completed. Do not use adulterated or contaminated fuel as this will damage the components of fuel injection pump. Radiator water. Check the radiator coolant level in the coolant tank daily before starting the tractor. Radiator fins should be cleaned after usage of tractor. Always use genuine radiator cap. This rubber seal helps in maintaining the correct pressure in the radiator and does not allow the steam to escape. Radiator pressure cap maintains a pressure of 7 psi. You must use antifreeze in the coolant during cold weather. Please refer the operator's manual. Bleeding. Loosen the vent screw on the top of primary fuel filter. Open the hand primer knob of the feed pump and operate until all the air is released through vent screw. Retighten the vent screw. Now loosen the vent screw on top of the secondary fuel filter. Again operate the hand primer knob of the feed pump until all the air is released. Retighten the vent screw and pressurize the fuel system further by using hand primer pump till it becomes tight. Fan belt adjustment. This is fan belt. It is very essential to maintain proper tension in the fan belt. Fan belt tension should be around 10 to 12 mm where it is pressed by a thumb between the center of crankshaft pulley and alternator pulley. Cooling system. This is a thermostat housing in which we have the thermostat valve. Thermostat valve ensures that the engine attains its operating temperature quickly. The thermostat valve starts opening when the water temperature reaches 77 to 83 degrees centigrade and is fully open at 87 to 90 degrees centigrade. Always ensure that thermostat valve is in place and functioning properly. Maintenance of electrical equipments. These are the different gauges and indicators on the cluster. Check and ensure that battery electrolyte level is properly maintained and add distilled water if necessary. Battery terminal should always be kept clean and apply petroleum jelly to keep them free from carbon. Alternator check. This is the alternator. If alternator is charging properly, it will be shown by the charge indicator on the cluster. The battery charging warning light should go off as soon as the engine starts. Never make and break any charging circuit connections, including the battery, when the engine is running. Always disconnect the battery or terminal when installing or removing the alternator. Disconnect the alternator and battery cable if any welding work is required to be carried out on the tractor or connected trailer. Differential lock. This is the differential lock. It is used for the interlocking both the wheels for getting maximum grip when one of the wheels is slipping. Never apply the differential lock while driving on proper road or while turning. Do not engage the differential lock while wheels are actually slipping. To lock the differential, slow the tractor and fully press the differential lock pedal. Thermostarter. This is the thermostarter. This will help you in starting the tractor in cold conditions. Power steering oil and filter. This is tank for filling power steering oil. This is the dipstick used for checking the oil level. Please ensure that oil level is maintained and top up if the level is found low. Forward and reverse. This lever has two positions. This is used for moving the tractor in forward and reverse direction without shifting gears. PTO lever. This is PTO lever. It has got three positions: neutral or off position, ground PTO and on position. To change the PTO speed, press the clutch pedal and bring the tractor to complete standstill before moving the PTO speed range lever. DCV. These are direct control valve levers for operating the auxiliary hydraulics. For more details, please refer the operator's manual. QRC. These are quick release couplings for connecting the hoses of hydraulic equipments. Seven-pin socket. This is the 7-pin socket. This is basically used to provide electricity for indicator lights to the trailer if attached to the tractor. Fuse box. This is the fuse box. Before replacing a blown fuse with the new equivalent resistance value, the cause that lead to the fault should be ascertained and removed. Mobile charger. This is the place for mobile charging. Mobile phone can be charged whenever required when the tractor is in running condition. Seat adjustment. This is the lever provided for the forward and backward adjustment of seat as required by the driver. Four-wheel drive, if equipped. The purpose of front drive is to increase the traction on broken ground, mud, and slippery surfaces, etc. This control lever is used to engage and disengage the front drive. Never use four-wheel drive while driving at higher speeds. Always use only when high traction is required. Terms and conditions of warranty. Let me explain you about our warranty policies. We provide warranty for 18 months or 1500 working hours, whichever ends earlier. However, for proprietary items like tires, batteries, FIP, alternator, starter motor, the warranty is as per the terms and conditions of component manufacturer, and it is 12 months or 1000 hours from date of sale, whichever ends earlier. Please refer the operator's manual for more details. We have covered most of the points which are common in all the tractors. However, there are some specific features which are related to some specific models which are not covered here. Please refer the operator's manual for details on these specific features.